And joining me now is the Minister for Emergency Management, Kieran McAnulty. Kieran, it's taken you a minute to get back from Nelson. You've been down there visiting today. Such a dynamic day of weather. How are they doing in Nelson?
Well, their spirits are pretty good, I have to say, which is always nice to see. But look, the damage is pretty extensive, and it wasn't nice to witness, actually. We're seeing streets completely ripped up and water pouring down driveways and landslips falling in front of our eyes. Actually, the soil was just falling down the hill just constantly, and it's incredibly wet down there.
Yeah, and Kieran, we're hearing that it is not over yet. In fact, that rain is scheduled to keep on falling for the next 36 hours or so.
That's right. I'm sorry to say that is the case. It's definitely an ongoing situation. Of course, it's wet in Marlborough, it's wet in Golden Bay and Tasman area. In Buller, they do appear like they have dodged a bullet, but let's hope that continues, and also West Coast and Westland as well. But certainly it's the Nelson, Tasman area where it's the most concentrated. Some real concern there. There's over 300 properties that have been evacuated. Roughly 20% of those have been yellow or red stickered. And I just had an update to say that there was another 30 evacuated this afternoon as well. So very much keeping an eye on things and providing support where needed.
And Kieran, what does it mean when a house is red stickered?
Essentially, it's uninhabitable. So it's a long journey for those families. There is support in place. There's welfare centres set up. So if they are unable to find a friend or a family member to stay with, they will be able to have accommodation with food and emergency supplies available. That's part of the funding that was announced today. If there is a family that is unable to go back into their home, they will be able to have the basic provisions given to them. But of course, even those that are able to stay with friends and family at the moment, that may not be a long-term solution. So we make sure that there's provisions in place for them if their current situation is not a long-term viable option.
Yeah, really devastating for those people. Kieran, what is the advice tonight for those still taking a pummelling from this rain?
Well, the advice is if you don't have to travel, don't. We've got a state highway that's currently closed due to a landslip, and they have to assess how safe that is before Waka Kotahi can go and clear that. We know they're very good at that and they do it quickly, but they have to make sure it's safe. But even within Nelson and the surrounds, it makes things a lot easier when the roads aren't as busy. And I was driving around with the mayor and the incident controller today to check out the damage, and they were all commenting how much easier it is for the emergency services to get around because the roads were so much clearer. So we would encourage people that can work from home to do so. And if they don't have to travel, please don't, because it makes the response that much quicker.
Yeah, helpful advice for the emergency responses there. Thanks so much for joining us here on 8 o'clock, Kieran McAnulty.
Thank you.